Hey everybody, it's Mr. Marshall here at Stony Lane. I have a funny story for you. I think you like funny stories. This story is written by an author who I love reading her books. And I've read some of her books here on this YouTube channel. And it's Helen Lester, and her book is called Me First. Okay? One thing I love about Helen Lester's books is they're funny, but there's always a lesson, something that you can learn from the character. Ready? Me First. Pinkerton was pink, plump, and pushy. Pink, plump, and pushy. So already we're learning about Pinkerton. He would do anything to be first, even if it meant bouncing off bellies, stepping on snouts, or tying tails. Holy moly. Do you like him? Do you like Pinkerton? Would you want to be Pinkerton's friend? I'm not sure I would. Let's see what he does. Me first, he cried, when he had been last in line and finished first down the slide. He was last in line and he was first down the slide. Me first, he cried at story time, settling on his round bottom with his big head right smack in front of the book. And every day in the troughateria, me first rang out, and there was Pinkerton. Do you like him? Do you want to be Pinkerton's friend? I don't know. One Saturday, Pinkerton's Pig Scout troop went on a day trip to the beach. Pinkerton was the first one on the bus and sat in the first row. Gosh, he wants to be first everywhere, doesn't he? This is not going to go well for him, is it? He was the first one off the bus, the first one in the water, the first one out of the water, and the first one into the picnic basket. Do you know anyone like Pinkerton? Boy, I don't know that I like Pinkerton so much. After lunch, the Pig Scouts decided to go for a hike. Off they went, with Pinkerton leading the line, of course. As the Pig Scouts marched across the sand, they heard a faint voice in the distance. The voice called out, "Who would care for a sandwich?" Pinkerton pricked up his pointy ears. Care for a sandwich? Oh, yes, me first, he thought, and he began to trot ahead of the others. There he is, right? Good old Pinkerton needing to be first. Soon he heard the voice again, closer and louder this time. "Who would care for a sandwich?" "Me first," cried Pinkerton, kicking up sand and leaving the other Pig Scouts far behind. His imagination almost burst. Peanut butter, jelly, 2 tomatoes, 7 pickles, a slab of cheese, a blob of mayo, and a big smear of mustard. All for me first. Look at that sandwich. Who would care for a sandwich? Unbelievable, right? Now, at a full gallop, Pinkerton shrieked, "Me first! Me first! Me first!" Over a sandy hill he flew, and kerplap. He landed face to face with a small creature, with a bump on her nose and fur on her toes. This doesn't look good, does it? "Oh, yes, indeed," replied Pinkerton. He jumped up and down so fast that his teeth jiggled. "Good," cackled the small creature. Pinkerton waited. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. "Well?" he asked. Well, what? Replied the small creature. The sandwich, begged Pinkerton. Where's the sandwich? The small creature curtsied. You're looking at her, she went on. I am a sandwich. I live in the sand, and you said you would care for a sandwich. So here I am. Care for me. Probably not what Pinkerton was expecting, right? See that? Sandwich. All Pinkerton could say was, but I... Taking no notice, the sandwich continued. You said me first. You wanted to be the first one to care for me. Well, congratulations. Now just come along to my sand castle. Grabbing Pinkerton firmly by the sleeve, she led him around a few bends. Before he could say, but I again, the gate to her castle closed. Boom! All right, my pink, plump, and pushy one. Now you care for me. You may have the honor of being the first to powder my nose and comb my toes. Seeing no way out, Pinkerton powdered her nose and combed her toes. Be careful what you wish for, right? Next, she crowed, you may be the first to put my supper in a bucket and feed me with a shovel. Pinkerton looked around. He had no choice. But her supper in a bucket, he put her supper in a bucket and fed her with a shovel. Rubbing her tummy, the sandwich spoke on. Finally, you have the privilege of being the first to wash my dishes and sweep my castle and do my laundry and curl my hair and tuck me in. You may be the first to tell me a bedtime story. Pinkerton washed the dishes, swept the castle, did the laundry, curled the sandwich's hair, and tucked her in. The sandwich stretched and yawned loudly. Now the story! I need my story! Pinkerton was so tired he could barely speak. I don't know any stories, he whimpered. Then how about making something up? Oh, how about something concerning a pushy pig who always wanted to be first? Pinkerton sighed and began. Once upon a time there lived a pig who always wanted to be first until one day he met a wise sandwich. Wise and beautiful! She cut in. A wise and beautiful sandwich who showed him that first was not always best. Aha! Cackled the sandwich. She gave Pinkerton a slow, serious, and meaningful wink. Have you learned something? Oh, yes, said Pinkerton. I promise I have. In that case, thanks for the care. Goodbye, and good luck. She opened the gate, and Pinkerton sped off so fast he didn't even notice the delicious sandwich that she held out to him. He was just in time to catch the bus. Oh, and on he scooted, pink, plump, and glad to be last. And that's the end. Pinkerton really learned the lesson, didn't he? He learned that being first isn't always best. It's good to wait for others and give them a turn too, right? Maybe you don't need to meet a sandwich to learn a lesson like that, right? Isn't that funny how in stories, characters learn their lessons? I'll see you next time.